Hi friends, I am Dr. Devashish Chanda from Saksham Orthopedics. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic regarding knee replacement surgeries. There are a lot of myths, there are a lot of confusions which I am going to clear out today. So let's start with the fear. Number one is post-operative pain. Most of the patients, they complain, or they are, when they are planning for surgery, they think that knee replacement is a very painful surgery. I must tell them that yes, it is not pain-free surgery, but we do a lot of activity or procedures or steps we take during and after surgery to make it completely pain-free. So how can we make this completely pain-free thing? That number one is, during surgery we do the surgery under epidural anesthesia, which is after the surgery is converted into epidural analgesia, where the patient is getting continuous pain medication through the same route from where we basically numb the legs. Okay, so epidural analgesia is number one. Number two, we do suturing in such a technique that it becomes completely free in movement. Okay, we do not do very tight suturing where you won't be able to bend your knee. So we start suturing in particular pattern in our center that it doesn't hurt. Okay, so from day one you'll start moving your leg, you will not feel pain. This is number two thing. Number three, we do a lot of injection procedures. We give local analgesia inside the knee during the surgery, which lasts 24 to 48 hours. This pain, which is immediately after the surgery, which happens, is maximum during first 48 hours. So we tend to keep the patient for 48 hours post surgery only, because after that it becomes completely tolerable with even minor medications. And many of the times, because of cardiac issues, we don't even give painkillers for the patient. So it is not a very painful surgery. If your surgeon knows it, he is able to control it. But many a times we think about shortcuts. So that is one of the problematic area where the patient might have pain. And cost is definitely an issue. If you curtail the cost, the pain will be more. So many times we do a lot of things which many of the centers are not doing it to save the cost. So at Saksham you will not find this. So most of our patients are happy after the surgery. So that's why they promote knee replacement surgery should be done as soon as possible. So the next point is recovery period, long recovery period. This myth is almost everyone is concerned about, that knee replacement leads to a long recovery path or period. So I must explain, patients may get a cheat code because we treat our patient for faster recovery. Okay, so first and foremost important thing is that you should meet those patients who have undergone the surgery and they are doing successfully well, they are happy with the knee replacement. You should talk to as many as these sort of patients, because they will themselves tell you their experience and they will try to tell you the shorter way to recovery. Okay, many times many of the doctor misses the point, but many times patients, those who got the surgery done after hit and trial, they learn that this is the way I should use. So getting out of the bed, coming into the bed, these are things you should ask the patient. So this number one thing, knowledge helps a lot for faster recovery. Number two is pre-operative physiotherapy is important. Most of the patients, they go to doctor says surgery and the next day they get it done. So that's not the right way. At least you should learn the exercises beforehand. Learning the exercises as soon as you start feeling your legs after the surgery, you start doing the exercises. There is no need to wait for the physiotherapist. So training yourself before surgery, training is must. So this is second point. The third point is that you should talk to your doctor regarding faster recovery. Always ask this question to your doctor. Doctor, how should I get faster recovery? He is going to explain you the things which are paramount important before the surgery and after the surgery. In our setup, most of our patients, they get discharged within 36 hours to 48 hours after the surgery. So this is not a big deal. Even we are trying to make it as day surgery. You get the surgery done and next day you get discharged. So we are trying to do that, and this is only possible if the patients are well educated. So please get yourself educated so that you can go back home within 36 hours. I don't want my patient to be bedridden. I want them to be moving. Okay, so this is very much important. Knowledge, physiotherapy, and asking your doctor. These are do's you should do. The don'ts, you should never think that it is a very painful procedure. You should come out with your fearful ideas, ask the problems with the doctor, discuss with them, and doctor is going to tell you how to get rid of the things. Don't keep it up to yourself. Most of the patients I have seen, they keep it up to themselves, and after the surgery they are in almost soup. So before surgery you should get yourself screen. You should talk at least 10 times to your doctor. If your doctor is not explaining, don't go to him, go to someone else who can explain you. Okay, so there are plenty of good surgeons around, so who can explain the things, who does the things with explanation. And I think today's need is that we should know what we are going to get after the surgery. Next is age factor. A lot of patients nowadays are coming at very young age, as well as a lot older patients are also coming. So young patients, yes, knee replacement is solution if there is tri-compartment, means all the three compartments of the knee are involved, then definitely yes, you are a candidate. There is no age limit. We even do it at earlier age because of, say, rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis. We do a lot of surgeries nowadays where the patient's age is young. So age is not a criteria to be for definition. I would suggest anyone who has severe knee arthritis where nothing else can be done is knee replacement. You should not wait. For young patients and for elderly patients, yes, knee replacement is a very I think it's a sort of relieving thing from their pain, their agony. So they should go for it. Many of the elderly patients who were actually scared in their lifetime, initially they think that they got old at 80, 85, 90. They think that now my life is over, but still many of them go and get the surgery done. So my advice is there is no age limit. I have operated from 35 to 95 age group. So whenever you think your problems are increasing, you should not think that my life is going to end, that's why I am not going to get the surgery done. So the main idea of knee replacement is dignity and dignified way of living. So we should be self-dependent. We should be able to do all our activities. That's what mobility means, and that's what knee replacement will give you. So if you are thinking that I am too old, no, you are not too old. Any patient can get the knee replacement done at any desired time whenever he is thinking his mobility is reduced. Okay, so what are the safe ways for elderly? Yes, there are a lot of safe ways. Above 75 with multiple comorbidities like diabetes, blood pressure, thyroid, cardiac issues, liver, kidney issues, these patients need a little bit more time. I will say that this is not impossible, this is possible. We take full care. If the diabetes is controlled, your kidney function tests can be optimized, everything can be optimized, your cardiac parameters can be optimized. We can go one by one or both together depending on the fitness. So please don't be scared about knee replacement. It is not a very big surgery. We don't do a lot of big work. We just do a simple procedure, simple thing, and you will be able to walk from the same day evening. So elderly patients as well, they can stand on the same day after the surgery. So knee replacement is that wonderful surgery. So people are scared about knee replacement, that there are a lot of complications present. See, I want to explain everyone, there are only three major complications which can happen in knee replacement. Number one is infection, number two is deep vein thrombosis, and number three, which is not a major complication, it is a minor complication, that is wound healing delayed or necrosis of the wound margin. So let's talk about infection. Infection can happen from any part. Say infection can happen to metal. Whenever we put a metal inside the body, there is a possibility of infection. Infection can come from inside the body. Infection can come from the outside of the body. So inside infection, say you have UTI, urinary tract infection, or chest infection, or dental infection. So during that period, we advise the patient not to get the surgery done. You get yourself treated for it first, so that infection is controlled. It should not spread to the part. So what are the parameters like total leukocyte count, CRP count, ESR? These are inflammatory markers. Sometimes urine culture, sometimes chest x-rays, sputum culture, sputum examination, these are needed. So please do take care about this. You should not have any sort of any infection which is pre-existing. If it is there, say a minor skin wound is there, skin healing, non-healing ulcer is there, first get it treated, then go for the knee replacement surgery. Second thing, during the surgery we do it in a ultra modern clean environment, which is the ideal thing. The infection rate in a very clean environment is almost negligible, but it is never zero. So it should be done in highly clean OTs, ultra modern OTs, modular OTs. Thirdly, post-operative cleanliness should be maintained, which fortunately COVID has explained everyone to clean their hands before touching anything. So these are the things which I think can reduce the chances of infection, but it cannot make it zero. So 1% chances in best of the center is possible. So if you are aware about the things, this complication can be further minimized. If it happens, it can be treated easily. So please talk to your doctor. Number 2 complication is deep vein thrombosis or clot formation in the legs. And again, you have to understand this happens if you are bedridden after the surgery. And that is why we force for faster recovery. Patients which the patient who thinks that they will stay in bed are the worst one, because you stay in bed, you think you have got a big surgery done, you do not move, then the chances of blood clots are high. The leg blood clots can travel to lung and there could be a pulmonary embolism. To avoid that, number 1 is pre-operative physiotherapy, which is very much important. Please understand, before surgery you have to learn all the exercises. You should not stop walking. Number 2 is immediately after the surgery, the doctor should make them stand within the same day, if possible. If not possible, then next day morning, and encourage the patient to walk after the surgery so that the clot formation chances are less. Secondly, give blood thinners. Blood thinners we ideally continue for 4 weeks after the surgery, after any knee replacement, and it is a mandatory thing to avoid any sort of any clot formation. Before the surgery, we can screen the veins, deep veins. Is there any already clotted vein present, or there is a malformation which can lead to more amount of clotting disorder, or your blood is thicker than normal. So these are the things which are to be checked so that we can prevent it. At our center we prevent DVT. It is not more than 1%, but whenever we are aware about the problem, it will always be treated well and it can be taken care of. So you should know. And lastly, the minor complication is skin necrosis, where skin margins can go into non-healing because of the age. Healing becomes delayed. Diabetes, thyroid, many skin issues are there in elderly. So many times the skin healing is delayed. So don't worry about it. It is a minor complication. It can happen to anyone, and these are the only 3 complications that I want to emphasize. There is no 4th complication of knee replacement. These are the 3 things which you have to understand, and these all, if you are educated enough, your doctor has explained, then nothing is going to go wrong. If we know about the problem, then we will do everything to stop it. So please get aware about these things. Ask us, we'll explain you. So next important thing is, whom should we talk before the surgery? Many of the patients are very confused. They talk to a lot of people. In India, there are many advisors who give free advices. Like in cricket, those who never played are the best advisor, and I think many times they are the mainstream discussion persons, so advisors, I think. So my advice is those who got the surgery done, they are the ideal people whom the patient should contact before the surgery. You should always contact a person who is happy with the knee replacement. Many times, many of the patients, they are not happy. There are multiple reasons about it. Multiple reasons. It can be doctor reason, it can be hospital reason, it can be patient reason. So please do not meet those who are not happy. I am saying it because there is a very good following in our country. Whenever we send our kid to school, we always tell them to go to a topper. Why we do this? Because the topper is going to tell them the trick to conquer the exam, to excel the exam. That's what I need. Failures will be there, failures are there, failures will always be there, always stay there. Those who fail, they have multiple reasons to say that this didn't work for me. But those for whom the surgery did well, you should meet. They will encourage you to get the surgery done. They will tell you how to get away without any sort of any problem. So they are the ideal person. Please meet them before surgery. You should have at least 10 referrals whom you should meet, and you should always meet those operated by your surgeon. Okay, it should not be someone else. Okay, it should always be your surgeon. Ask your surgeon to give the referral names. We regularly give our patients patient referrals so that they can go and talk, or over the phone they can talk. This is a thing which will improve the results. You have to understand this is must and this should be done. So अपने दोस्तों से पूछे, अपने लोगों से पूछे जिन्होंने सर्जरी कराई है, आपको सही जवाब वही देने वाले हैं और उसी से फास्टर रिकवरी होने वाली है. So preparation before knee replacement. What are the preparation must? Number one is patient education. Patient should know what sort of procedure we are talking about. What is knee replacement? What sort of implants are available? What are the things we do before the surgery? So patient education is must. Patient himself or herself should know that I am going to go through this surgery. He should be prepared with at least 4 to 5 or 10 patient referrals with him. He should have met the patients, or over the phone he should have asked how they have recovered, how they are doing, what is the result, what are the problems they have faced, how they negotiated the problems. So patient education is must. Number 2 is pre-operative physiotherapy. Pre-operative physiotherapy is basically exercises. You have to understand all the exercises around the knee and hip. You have to learn before the surgery. If you know it, then you will not need physiotherapy afterwards, or you will need minor physiotherapy afterwards. You have to understand this. This is sort of a preparation before exam. If you get prepared yourself well, you will excel in exam. If you are not prepared, you are on God's grace, then definitely you will not excel. So from my side, you should get prepared. Your investigation, all blood work, chest, lung issues, cardiac issues should be worked up at least 10 to 15 days prior to surgery, because if there is any hiccup or there is a problem, we should have enough ample time to get it corrected. And never rush for surgery. Never rush for surgery. These are elective surgeries. You should be 100% before the surgery. You should have full knowledge about knee replacement before the surgery. So, very important topic is that what are the questions should I ask the doctor? Many a time I have seen patients are a little bit shy about asking questions. My advice for them, please ask as many questions as possible before the surgery. You should be completely clear in your mind what sort of thing you are going to get after the surgery. You should ask 100 questions, 100 times. I will not mind. I will answer all of them. If your doctor doesn't explain you, please change the doctor. I think patients have right to ask right questions as many times as possible. They should be completely happy with the questions. Their all doubts should be cleared before the surgery. Knee replacement is not a surgery where you just go and get the surgery done and you expect the God or the surgeon to do best work and you'll get the best result out of the world. You have to work a lot. So please never shy, always ask. I prefer my patients asking questions. even use Google. I don't mind patients reading Google or asking all the wrong queries before the surgery. I will not mind. I will answer them because I am the right person to answer you all your right answers. All your queries, I am going to answer them correctly. So please ask your wrong queries as well. Don't shy. Doctor will never mind if you ask question. I don't mind. I am very happy if you are asking questions. If you keep on asking the same question and again, I am going to explain again and again. That's what a doctor-patient relationship should be, and it should give confidence to the patient to get the surgery done, not to shy away or fear away from the surgery. Knee replacement is a surgery where we can gain the confidence. If done correctly, if done everything done well, the patient will encourage others to get the surgery done, which is at Saksham we do. So feel free to communicate. Always ask your question. I am there. I am always there to help my patients. Thanks.